Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Here we are in episode 44. I hope everybody's doing very well. Of course, before we get into it, if y'all wouldn't mind giving that like button some love, subscribe if you're new to the channel, share the video, and definitely ring that little bell so you get notified of all the latest uploads. And don't forget to check me out on social, follow me on Rumble, or if you want to help out the channel in any other way, details for that are in the description below. And with that being said, everyone, let's go ahead and get right on to it. Now, we're gonna take a break from the main story and continue on with the side quest now that, well, it's kind of like the Crystal Tower. It's like, it's a side quest, but at the same time it's required to complete the main quest, and it's like just make it part of the damn story. Anyway, now that we're level 80, we can actually go ahead and complete this. Kiara, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. So you haven't gone outside even for a bit? Well, of course, surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that. For it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before. And I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. 'Twas a tale of a courageous hunter who together with her comrades embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, the Great Horned Beast. They came upon their quarry in the desert and there attempted to lay low. Alas, the beast had singular strength and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so in ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her the sole survivor to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match to this tale? Then it can be no doubt, Renda Ray is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvera to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in the light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever change each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death? I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is needed for the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse, Miss Olvera. Lives in the gate town on Calusa. Let us be off then. Alrighty. Ah yes, the place I still can't fly. But the problem is, like I said, you can't even finish the main... You can't get it. So it's like you have to do these ones. Unless I read the wiki wrong or something, I don't know. Yeah, who cares? Wait. Can I even get up here? There we go. Kiara, this is Miss Elvira, the wet nurse who raised me practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time. But when I came of age, she was forced to leave. Why, you've grown into such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little reek. Not in front of her, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. Sorry, everybody. Had to sneeze real quick. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Rhonda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Rhonda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger. And for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death as sin eaters. But despite all that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if needs be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear the tales and adventures of heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. Then it's true. The hero I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring drove me to take up the bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Elvira, Kira and I are hunting in Jaya, and we believe that one of the stories you share with me may help guide our search. Namely the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Rhonda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through the forest by the most minute of sounds of their passing, from mounds away, even by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beast never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually Rhonda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Nordvat, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Quits. But what Rhonda Ray did not realize is that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Baram Quits, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After buying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, or after burying the hunters and vowing that one day she would avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew not of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavily upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing even stronger, as did Rhonda Ray. While in Calusa, she even devised the means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while enraged in adventures in Raktika, a rumor reached Rondaray's ears. Balam Quit, Scourge of Norvran, Devourer of Souls, had been wandering the Silta swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Arbor and the others, nor could she ask for their forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter who allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she did her old. So it was that Rondaray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Quits, alone. And with all her strength and gil, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Albert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Rondaray, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that that woman I admired when I was young would become the sin eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvera, for everything. I promise I will visit you again soon. So, Kiara, remember that theory I told you before about about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Quits, the one that took her from Amth Arain to Calusa, then her next destination must be... Right. That is where she laid low the beast at last, in the Sitia swamps, to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people who don't know about Rondaray or the world, for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you is good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. Kiara, was it? It's such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the welcome opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it's a miracle the boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Wise words from a wise old woman. Alright, now where are we going? No, that's that one. We don't... Hunter's Legacy. Okay, so we gotta go down here to Sitherborough. That's fine, because I think we can actually at least fly. Should be able to. Oh yeah, for sure. Sweet. Oh, thank God. Oh wow, I still haven't even finished uncovering this area. Alrighty. Oh, looks like it's gonna be a solo duty. When I was little, Miss Elvira seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. About time our luck turned for better. There she is. What now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Dude, I ain't got no say-so over when it happens. I wish you were all here with me, but I know that it's better that you're not. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Oh, wait, what? I have to play as her? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see what does what real fast. Okay, delivers an attack, Okay, so that's poison. And I can't move them regardless. 1,100. That restores my health. Interrupts. Sword pet hotbar. Well, I don't have a pet. I am the pet. Just keep running around in circles. Without your roar, you're nothing. This fight's gonna take forever. Can't move, damn it. Come on, Ardbert, you got this. Come on, we've almost got him down. Whoa, that's new. Okay, we'll just stand right there. I guess I gotta stand inside this thing. Come on, we gotta kill him before he gets to that mortal blast. There we go. Heh, tough old bugger. Everyone all right? Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything... It wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Nordrent. We were the best in the business, everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balam Quits. I survived, they didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot, and thought that maybe, with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never too intended to keep it all a secret, it's just, you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it, Easier to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time, I started having second thoughts. I'd lost three of the closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades? Through thick and thin. These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we have not arrived when we did? You saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bullocks branded and neighbor are whispering about me behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, eh? And favor, besides, I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh gods, not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over the fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balamquit's demise. Under Ardbit's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Rhonda Ray, I trust that next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And Thea, I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you, hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance of slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. It's like, excuse you? Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting that sin eater on my own. It's past time I told you to piss off. Upon our return to Gatetown, you'll be giving your final payment. We will be free to go our separate ways. It's like spoiled brat. Oh man, now we got. Oh crap! No! 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 Damn it! Ugh. Keep almost going to the main quest. Alrighty, so now we gotta go all the way back this way. Luckily, it's not too far. In fact, I think this quest chain is only 2 more quests, so we should be able to get everything done in this one episode, considering I'm still keeping to the 3 quest maximum that we're doing per episode. There we go. Come on, get up, get up. There we go. Honestly, I don't even know why I placed my faith in you. You're such a disappointment. Consider this formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names of Reek and Kiara in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. Oh, good. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. I'm sure a talented woman like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times, so he is blessedly in good health. I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he has had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you go and see it, it would put my heart at ease. Yeah, that's fine. That took a little while to load. Alright, you little spoiled brat. You didn't get what you wanted, and now you threw a temper tantrum over something I have no control over. The Reg's customary seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. Yo, you seen him looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was mopping about like someone had shot his Amuro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Calusa, right? You're Lecric's partner? I was with Landbeard. Remember? Well, I oughta stress, cause after we left, you were headed straight for Raktika. We'd heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbeard wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbeard fall, and when the Sin Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like. No, God, I had to sneeze again. But my cowardice saved my life. Wicked white, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Landria rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody folks took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lureek to be one of them neither. I remember thinking odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume. Good luck, my friend, but you have no doubt that you're going to your doom. Okay, so now we know where he's going, but we still gotta find the last person to talk to. Oh, okay, over there. Boy, my allergies are acting up really bad today, I guess. The Rick? The Mr. Lording? If ain't his usually tale, then I have no idea where else to look. Well, the guy already told us he's in Raktika, so... Alright, here we are back again. Man, this guy's having me go around in all kinds of circles. Is that where I need to go down here? Okay, right there. There we go. Right in that hazy fog-looking area. Oh, dude. Look at you. Sitting on your feet, moping. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I never did open this. Got a new little Forgiven Hate Minion. Cool. As you guys can tell, I cleaned out my inventory substantially. Actually sold quite a lot of things I didn't even need anymore. Kiara, why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Again with the echo. Rhonda Ray, if aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. My dude, she's gone. I have come to lay your soul to rest. Alone as you yourself face, Balaam quits a century ago on this very ground. Landbeard. Oh, gods, no. Damn. She's not even saying you're not even worth my time. Don't tell me you beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Yep. I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours. Though I can't understand why you kept using it every time we ran into Andrea. Dude. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Yeah, don't you feel like a dick now. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Landbrid and the others hunters into scene eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a gladiant swordsman, a dwarven healer, and elven mage looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Quits. But Rhonda Ray slew the beast herself. The stories were clear about that. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong. God strike me down, I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Kiara. I've regretted my behavior ever since that day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Like, I did tell you to go piss off, too, so, you know, we're even. Thank you, my friend. I hope it's alright if I call you that. Right. Then Andrea should be around here somewhere, still on the hunt for Balam Quits, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I did not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do. Rhonda Ray most of all. She is my hero. And if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone. And I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend, what you say. Or what say you? Huh. I asked for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gaytown and let Miss Elvira know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come here unless she sent you. You're right. I wouldn't have. And you'd be dead. Okay, now we gotta go back to Gaytown. And I said gate, not the other word. No, we're not doing a fate. God, why do they have to have so little aetherites in this area? But Chibi, if you would have kept doing a couple more main story quests, you could have actually gotten the last aether curt and you could be flying. It's like, yeah, I know. Still, though, that wouldn't have mattered. I mean, gotta do this anyway, so I'd rather just go ahead and get it done and knocked out so that way I can just plow through the rest of Shadowbringers without any issues. Kiara, what a pleasure to see you again and in the company of little Reek, no less. Am I right in assuming that you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes. And if it's all to you, had you not implored her to give me another chance, I might as well still be sitting alone in the swamps dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Elvira is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek, I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Kiara, me, as I can tell you, you're about to, now that I've prepared a hearty meal just for her. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed a bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united Reek and Kiara are unstoppable, is what I would like to say, but I know my limitations better than anyone. I would be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You too should see to it that you're ready to struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one worth the effort, my friend. Alright, well, what does this give me? Determination plus 8, vitality, and spell speed. For 30 minutes. Heaven's Eye. Courage Born of Fear. Level 80. Alright, here we go. I think this is the last one. Kira, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready. Good, good. That is good indeed. And before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. Don't tell me you're in love with me. I may have been misleading when I intimidated the tremendous of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Uh-huh. I gather you are not unaware of this. Truly, you are perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say when I realized what exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to convince of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit. That the disparity between us may not be so readily apparent. I think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, where before we might have only contended with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that not need be the case. On discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvera while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall Yurenda Ray's greatest strength and weakness, her prenuptial hearing, which can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I make up for in Gil, or in Gully. Gil, whatever. While I whether or not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek. I've come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquainted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. Make a choice, dude. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I am Lurik, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Olvera, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. He's all like, yeah, finally, now you're a man. She's like, yeah. Right, now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsmen of the Crystalli Mine at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Kiara. I never thought I'd see the day where he mustered the courage to say anything like that to his parents. All that just to accept the quest? God. Alright. Where am I going? Back to the Crystarium? Well, you better pay me well, dude. This is costing me some monies. Alright, so... over here. Yep. Alrighty. What's all this then? You got something that needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission... oh god. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. I think I've just got the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie named Calusa, native to Calusa, what's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Rectica. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvet and back. Oh dear, this is rather far more involved than I... It's just messing with them. No more excuses. I will do whatever must be done with this through to the end. Oh, he's not messing with... My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go fetch the required materials. Oh, thank God. At least all I gotta do is just wait for him. I'm like, I don't want to go to all these places. You can't make me do it. You can't make me do it. Let's check out our new minion. Let's see here. What new minion did we get? Oh, there it is. Seriously? It's a box with legs and wings. Okay. Whatever. Look, everybody, I got a flying box. And so does everybody else who's completed the story up until now. It's like, Shibi, you're not special. You're right, I'm not. Alright, let's just sit and wait for him then. Like... It was a series of surprising, harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating, despite being somewhat put on that I had not any guild to pay him for his labor. He was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let's put an end to her tale, my friend, and in doing so the opening of ours. That Rick and Kiara, the bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Ratika and glory awaits. Dude, your search for glory is gonna get you killed. Just saying, pride is a downfall. Alright, here we go back again. I know I could use the Aetherite tickets, but I only use those for, like, it costs like thousands of gil. Like, if I have to go back to freaking Gridania or anywhere for whatever reason. Which I've been having to, or at least Limsa Lominsa, because I am leveling up my Scholar, my healer. Pretty sure I mentioned that already, though. She's at level 63. It's pretty easy to level up healers and tanks when you get instant queues for dungeons most of the time. Alright, here we go, guys and gals. Let's eat our food. You make one small request before you get in. Please, for the love of God, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's past. This really could not be a worse time. Bro, I ain't got no control over when that shit happens. Like, I'll try, but can't promise you anything. Well, are you still with me in the here and now? Yeah, I'm good. Think I've seen all the echoes I need to see. Excellent, then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Ronda Ray the peace a hero deserves. Alright. Obviously, first and foremost, I think I probably should take out the healer. Here goes nothing. All right. Oh my God. Okay, good. At least he can heal himself. Yeah, dude, just kind of stay out of the fire. Don't go near them. What's wrong with you? I know it's an AoE attack, but it's still damaged nonetheless. All right. here, buddy. Come on. Give me some room. Oh, crap. All right. It's just us now. Come on. We got this, Reek. We got this. Almost got her. Rest in peace, Ronda Ray. We won. Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. Huh? What's that you got there? Wicked White, you're Ronda Ray. The real Ronda Ray. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again. I swore, never again. Balam quits, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's when it meant to let someone into your heart, knowing full well nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, we laid the Keeper low. You felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny reminder in a final, futile effort, ever knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. It wasn't really her, dude. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It was her memory. It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Kira. I could have never gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Ronderay or any of the other warriors of light truly were. It was all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents. Judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping lay Ronderay's soul to rest. Miss Alvara is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusa and let her know we're alright. Oh, well, good thing that's finally done and over with. Now I can actually keep going with the main story without having to worry. I like this ability. Potency increases up to 500 soul gauge, exceeds maximum cost. Oh, so the higher it goes, the more damage it goes up. I always wondered, maybe someone can answer this to me in the comments. Well, people really don't leave that much comments on my videos, but... Or, you know what, no, never mind. I was going to say, is potency like the same as percentage? So I was going to say, I could just look it up. My little Kira, congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Ronderay to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you villain, even still, but I at least can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Ronderay and the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Seriously? This damn freaking questline has me all over the place. Just let me complete it for the love of mercy. Let me guess, down here? Yep, thought so. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend, so come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I've been meaning to ask Kiara, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? That that is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood? Wicked white? It must have taken so much courage to see it through in those final moments. Courage born not of desire of glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those whom she had forged unshakable bonds, her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Ronda Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others, without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup up on daily. You are made stiff. You are made of sterner stuff, Kiara, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. And there's no shame in that. Oh, but there is. I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I have traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvera used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusa and tend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at least a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Kiara, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusa, however, do come pay us a visit. Oh, Heaven's Eye materia, Savage Aim. Well, I guess I'll take this. Oh, you get all three. A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Speaker of the Brave. Okay, so that's it. I can actually continue on the main quest now. So we'll go ahead and call it here, everybody. Take care. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.